What's up, guys? Time to show off a cool build. This is a distressed Kraken. We have a custom black cerakoted Kraken that we lasered off to give it a brushed looking background, but that's actually lasering. Pips drilled completely out and backside loomed. Black handset I haven't done before with silver tips to them. The Kraken is lasered out and kind of gives a bit of a polished look to it, just where it's reflective. Matching Kraken minute insert in a black graphite sawtooth bezel, which you've probably never seen me use before because I've only had one and I could never get it to work. So I fought and made it work on this so that this build would be complete. I took a polished 110 case and I did aging on it. I did sanding on it. I did some scuff marks on it to make it look distressed. And I also coupled that with some lug extensions that distress just slightly. And that's just to make sure that this length is good enough for you, because this side is a little bit shorter than my normal ones, about a ½ an inch. So just in case there was an issue with that, we've got some lug extensions. These pop right off. You can pop your band off, attach it right to the case. But with these, you have a lot more flexibility and pliability. As you may know, when you fold these over on themselves normally, it normally is as long, if not a little bit longer than the other piece. So this one is a little bit shorter, so that's what those are for. Also aged in anchor engraved crown. You can barely see the anchor in there, but it is there. Black cerakote, so this is milled, as you can see, the brushed here. Milled caseback that's then been brushed. Black cerakoted, Kraken engraved. I just did a standard silver ring back here instead of a distressed one. I thought it made the black pop a little bit better. Black movement holder in there, signed rotor. You just can't see that part, but they're in there. And the build came together pretty awesomely. So if you like distressed, good news, you've got one here. Also black cerakoted, Kraken engraved preview buckle. Kind of goes along with your case back here. And that is the build. The bezel on this is tough to turn. You can turn it, but you're not going to turn it unless you really want to. It took a long time to get this thing to seat, and I finally got it to seat, and it's on there. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. You got a rotor back here, you just can't see, as I mentioned before. But how you do that is you back the crown off the thread. So if you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit, because you want to make sure that you're getting that rotor moving, and that's what keeps you wound. And if you're not doing that, you need to wind it a little bit. Now how you do that is you back the crown off the threads, and you're right outside of the threads here. If you're out here, I guess you can feel it here too. There is a little spot where you're in between, where you're not winding. And you'll feel it because it's not clicking or feel it against there. So if you ever feel that, put it in just a little bit closer, where you're not threading yourself on, but you can hear it the whole time, and you'll feel it. When you're good with it, so 4 or 5 seconds of that mixed with your rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day, but if you pull it to the one and only click, you can now set your time. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going on you. So, okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 1:43 p.m.
You also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement. So when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressures on anything. 1:43. When you're good with that, you're going to push it over, get it out of that time setting, and wind it down. And there is the distressed Kraken build. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads, entirely up to you how cool you are. This will come in a black, or I guess it's more graphite. It matches really well. Kraken treasure box. So come with watch foamer. This is watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. Everything here in the center, along with the microfiber, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. Some weather conditioner to keep this strap perfectly soft. Apply it on the front and back. Work it in, remove any excess a rag, something other than a microfiber to put it in there. And then lastly, you've got some Novus 2. This is fine scratch remover. It's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. But if you do, no big deal. Put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your included and matching microfiber. This is like a Polywatch, so it's just repackaged because this is way cheaper than Polywatch. You can buy Polywatch if you want. It's a tiny tube for $8, and I can buy like something to fill 24 of these for about, I don't know, double that. So that's the build. If it's going to you, congrats. I hope you love it. I thought it came out pretty awesome. You have a lot of things that nobody's seen before, including that graphite sawtooth bezel. And just that insert on that is really awesome. And the dial itself, obviously. But that's the build. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out. I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.